Hello everyone, Video Game Crisis Plays here, and welcome back for another video here on the one and only Food YouTube channel. We're not doing no Garden Warfare today, we're not doing no Fortnite. As you can see on your screen, we are doing some Splatoon. I've made one Splatoon video in the past, and I really enjoyed making that video. But after making that video, I really wasn't playing too much Splatoon. I don't know what it is about this game. I hop on, I play like a game or two, and then I just get off. I know that there's a lot of depth to Splatoon as a game, but I feel like I just haven't fully explored it yet. And in today's video, I'm gonna give it an honest shot. Apparently, I've been seeing the slosher, like this bucket right here. This thing is apparently busted as hell. I've seen that this is like the Splatoon meta is just like sloshing people. I mean, it's 2-shot in the dummies, so you know what, we'll give it a shot in game. You might as well. All right, what's the ultimate saying? Oh, it's just a bunch of grenades. Okay, I'm stupid. Yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into a match, shall we? Now, do I have Nintendo Online? I do have Nintendo Online. You know, playing on the sticks, it's a rough life. It can be hard sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. However, I will gladly complain rather than just switching to motion controls. I think the slosher also just covers like a lot of ground. Like it just puts down a lot of paint and it kills people very fast as well, it seems like. I don't know if the video I watched said this was a meta in Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 1, but I also seen another video where someone was using it in Splatoon 3 and it looked pretty damn good. However, I've never used anything other than dualies, so I'm probably gonna be awful. Yeah, as I mentioned at the start of the video as a little joke, you know, Video Game Crisis, low-key kind of real. Some weeks I've been playing Siege. Siege has been the game that I've been playing the most of, but honestly, I'm just not sure about making content on Siege. Okay, very easy weapon. Just kind of slosh some paint in his face and it just kind of kills him, you know? I'm gonna just retreat. That's not worth taking that fight. Yeah, the Video Game Crisis has been extremely real. I don't have any motivation or any want to keep doing with Plants vs. Zombies. I don't really, like... I feel like Garden Warfare for me personally is like out of the equation. I watched the Plants vs. Zombies replanted like demo bit, and watching a demo for a remaster of a game is kind of pointless. We already know what the game is, right? I mean, when I watched the demo, it just kind of looked like Plants vs. Zombies 1. I'm more excited to get my hands on it rather than watch someone else play it. Another big game that I'm, oh, not really big, but another game that's coming out that I'm very excited for is Spongebob Titans of the Tide. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this or if I've ever even mentioned this. Wow, what a weapon. Okay, yeah, this thing's easy as hell. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but Spongebob the Cosmic Shake came out, I think, in 2023. And that game is a 3D platformer game, and it is extremely fun. Like, that was an S-tier game. I really enjoyed playing that game. And not only did I just play that game, I speedran that game. And I ended up getting #1 in Canada on my peak, under 1 hour. Holy wow, we got curb stomped. My lord. My peak for speedrunning the Cosmic Shake, I reached #1 in Canada. Granted, there was like a total of 8 Canadian runners, or probably less than that, but I pride myself in being the #1 Canadian runner for Spongebob the Cosmic Shake. Okay, the slosher is fun, but low-key, I'm gonna just go back to my dualies. You know, dualies are my comfort zone. I'm gonna go right back to my dualies. And Spongebob Titan of the Tide is the game coming after the Cosmic Shake. Very similar to the Cosmic Shake, but with a completely different story and stuff like that. Not a sequel or anything like that, or at least I don't think it's a sequel. But regardless, I have that game pre-ordered, and I'm very excited to play that game. I might play it on the channel, I might not, but that's just something that, you know, I'm hyped for. Spent the first half of this video yapping about fucking Spongebob and, you know, where my Video Game Crisis is at currently. The game I've been playing the most recently is Siege. But the thing is with Siege, in a day, I only have so much time to record and play, right? Like, I kind of balance it out because I do like playing games outside of recording. I don't just record. Clearly given by the fact that there hasn't been a video in like a week. I like to have a balance of playing and recording, right? Because I like to play games as much as I do recording. And Rainbow Six Siege, one game of Siege takes 30 minutes. So I can either play 2 games of Siege and then, you know, bam, I probably have enough content for an okay video. Or I can play a game like Splatoon for an hour and I can get like 50 games in, and you know, it's just more content. It's more just like things happening, things switching up, you know, to keep up with the modern day YouTube algorithm. You gotta have constant action happening, and in Siege, honestly, that's just not happening ever. What is that roller doing? The modern YouTube landscape thing I was saying is a joke, but I prefer editing and making videos on games where I can get multiple quick matches in rather than 1 or 2 extremely long matches. And it's not even because I like to record and play, right? It's not even a lazy YouTuber thing. I just prefer watching that style of content, and I prefer making that style of content. It's just overall, that's just how I prefer to make my videos. Hello, roller. Yeah, get the dualies in my hand and it's like over. Destroyed. All this on the sticks, by the way. We're gonna get up here. Oh my god, that fucking ink is kicking my ass. Holy f***. Turn motion controls on Fuge, my lord. Now, I'm not gonna go all in on Splatoon. I'm not just gonna dedicate my life to being good at the Squid Game. I realize what I did there now. I'm not just gonna drop everything, but I do like, you know, Fortnite was like me testing the waters a little bit. I did like making those videos, but honestly, having to pay for thumbnails in order to keep up is just not worth it for me. Splatoon 3, I can do everything on my own. You know, I'm still just testing the waters, right? We're in the video game crisis, as I said before. I'm in a very big testing phase for the Foods channel. I don't really know what game I want to play, or if maybe I do multiple games, maybe I just like play a bunch of games. You know, I've said before I switch games every week. Maybe just like every week I just switch games on the channel. I know, very, very good for the consistency of the channel, right? Again, I'm just spitballing, you know. I'm in a very big testing phase. I don't really know where I want to go with the Foods channel. Not to say that I'm quitting it or anything like that. That is out of the equation, don't get me wrong. This guy is like, I don't know why he just keeps doing that play. Yeah, get the dualies in my hand and we just slam. Like, we easily won this, right? Let me check the map. How do you do that? Yeah, get the dualies in my hands and you see the result, right? We just like absolutely curb stomp the enemy. 59% to 29. It was never close when I get the dualies in my hand. Overall splatter and #1 enemy splatter. Like, come on. Come on now. Multiplayer maps and modes updated. Okay, I hope it's just turf war again. I do just want to keep going, though. I'm not gonna lie. When I play Splatoon 3, I don't use anything except dualies. Dualies are the only weapon I've actually, like, used in this game. Granted, I'm level 10 and I play on sticks, so, like, Splatoon advice for me is just not wise. Is there any news about Splatoon 4? I know that Splatoon Raiders game was announced, but I think that's single player only, so I don't really know how hyped people are about that. I feel like Splatoon is just, like, 90% multiplayer. Yeah, I know it does have, like, a story mode, and people do like the story mode. I watched my little brother play it a little bit, but I know there's speedruns for this game. Also not something I'm interested in, but it's just like, I like how this game has so much just like shit in it. I'm telling you, if Splatoon was a PC game and not stuck to the Switch or Switch 2, yeah, Splatoon wasn't stuck to the Switch, it would be like 100,000 times more popular. Because as a concept, Splatoon is amazing, right? You like, I think the gameplay plays really nice. Everything about the game is sick. One thing I never do in this game is use my ultimate. I don't know if I'm just never getting my ultimate, but like, I just forget that I have it sometimes. Also, I apologize. Slammed, apparently. I don't, whoops, sorry. Also, I apologize if my gameplay is atrocious. I do not play on motion controls, and honestly, I don't really care to switch at the moment. I made a video trying out motion controls a little bit, and honestly, I don't feel like sticks are that bad. I completely understand why motion controls are better, however, but I want that paintbrush guy to come down. Okay, they're all in our back lines. I don't know, like, the maps. How the f do I get on top of there again? There he is. Slam, buddy. What made me want to make a video on this game again and like get a little bit more interested? I was watching some competitive Splatoon and I knew this game had a competitive scene, but I wasn't sure like what it was saying or what it would look like, and honestly, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Competitive for almost every single game is just like really nice to watch, because even if you actually don't have any interest, that umbrella seems a little strong, right? Kind of just ate every single bullet possible. Watching competitive Splatoon and watching competitive of any game, you just watch like groups of people be so good at their craft, and in this case it's, you know, Splatoon, but what the f do I counter that with? What am I supposed to counter that with if the umbrella just like eats all the shots? That's like the whole point of the umbrella, no? I think the dualies clutched it up again. Yeah, they got curb stomped once again. I know I said it in the last Splatoon video, and I'm gonna say it again. I do think I'm gonna come back to this game. I had fun making today's video. This game is just like, it's a real chill game with a real chill community. Actually, I have no idea what the community is saying. We're gonna have to find out after I upload this video, I guess. But yeah, I do think I will be coming back to Splatoon, because honestly, I did have a lot of fun today. This is a very chill game. I'm not gonna make any promises or anything like that, but I do think there will be at least 1 or 2 more Splatoon videos. I do be having fun on this game. And yeah, with that said, I do think that's where I'm gonna call it. Honestly, I just want to turn this fan on next to me, because holy shit, it is hot down here, and if I have that fan on, the video just sounds like absolute poo. So yeah, I do think that's where I'm going to call it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, then feel free to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I do think there will be more Splatoon videos coming soon. But yeah, I am going to call it there. I don't really have much else to add. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you next time. Finishing all of this in one breath. Sayonara.